So we're here with Daniel and Emma Farnsworth, and we're going to be replacing both furnace and air conditioner here at their home. So starting here on the outside of the house, this is the current air conditioning unit they have. A little undersized, only 2 tons. All of the welds on these lines on the outside are done in brazing material. Everything inside was soft soldered. So we're going to go ahead and chop as much of the lines, like chop up here all the way down, as far back as you can get into the mechanical room, and replace it all with 3/4 inch brazed together. Let them know again if there is soft solder still in the ceiling. We're going to find out about that during pressure testing and whatnot, and then we can address that later if it becomes an issue. If not, we're good to go. So pretty straightforward on the air conditioning unit. We're just going to replace the condenser itself, the pad that it's on, make sure we get a new disconnect on the wall, and that's pretty much it out here. Nothing fancy, no surge, no hard start, just the air conditioning unit with the lines all insulated and whatnot. Replace that little section, but that's the outside. Okay, so there's the air conditioner here. We are going to pop out of this. This is the kitchen window right about there with our flues, if we decide to go underneath the crawl space and out the back. I'll show you option 2 on the inside, and I will let you decide which way to run them. So from the furnace inside, option on flues number 2 is this. To come right in this open area, goes, you can't see very well right now, and I couldn't crawl back there because there's just not enough space between the furnace and the wall. But this space does go all the way up, clear one shot to the roof. We terminate up on top of the roof. Fairly simple. Ordered flashings on the roof to be able to do that. If that's not the way we're going to go, crawl space is right below, and we can vent out the side of the furnace over here and run those pipes through the crawl space. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so here's the furnace. We won't be able to replace the entire return plenum because we've got stuff coming into the back of it, but we will be able to replace the bottom chunk at least to be able to increase filtration and get more air across the filter and do the whole 25 inches worth. So that's what this stuff looks like back there at the furnace. Coming out and around, crawl space is open. This is about a 20-foot run or so. Back wall is right there. We want a condensate pump on this furnace as well to be able to make sure we don't have to run piping across the laundry room floor and drain it into the main drain. We want to pump it into the 2-inch line back here. I'm going to order us some ABS fittings so that we can get our line to drain into the gray water line coming off the kitchen. The rest of the furnace though should be pretty straightforward. With the one little thing we're going to do to it, down here on the floor, I have marked out, you can see these little black lines next to where the furnace is sitting on either side. We're going to go ahead and make sure that the furnace is pushed back behind those 2 black lines so that she can at some point install a closet door to cover up the mechanical area. So just make sure that we scoot the furnace back about 2 inches is all. Install the filter rack, make sure that we update our gas connections coming into the furnace. Then we're going to redo the drain, obviously, in the condensate pump, and make sure that gets drained all the way back out into the mainline plumbing under the crawl space. Cap off the original flue, fairly simple. Seal up all the ductwork very, very nicely. Yeah, as far as the furnace goes, just the standard high efficient setup.